Welcome, everybody. This is the Smart Life Club. You're on the Coffee Break Show. I'm Vickie Helm, and I'd just like to say hello to everyone in this morning. I think it's Thursday already. I can't even believe it. It's just before Christmas. It's amazing to see it's already the 19th. I'm like, where is the year gone? It was just like this, and we're headed into this new decade of 2020. It's going to be the most prosperous, the most amazing coming year. Listen, if you're new to the Smart Life Club, we share insights and inspiration and motivation, and we share knowledge and we share conversations, and we talk together for a bit. Then everybody goes back to work. It's just a coffee break, you know. And if you're new to the show, do me a favor, put your name down there and, make yourself known. If you're watching the replay, do me a favor and put #replay. I want to thank you for watching the replay and joining us as well. If you're new on YouTube, yes, we're new on YouTube. We are a new live show on YouTube, and we're so happy that you are there. Do me a favor and hit the like button. I see a Facebook user that says yes, and I want to know who they are. I'm not quite sure who they are. Oh, it's Elizabeth Anderson. Good morning. So awesome. Brandon, good morning to see you all. Hi from everybody from Smart. We're going on today. It's so close to the holiday, and everybody's going to start traveling. I was teaching a class yesterday, and interestingly enough, what I notice about the difference between brick and mortar businesses and online businesses is that the entrepreneur who owns a business offline knows their seasons. They know when their slow season is. They know when their season for a lot of people to come in, their busy season is. They know, and they can clock their business a little bit. But it's interesting, when you have an online business, most people think that the busy season doesn't apply to them, or the slow season doesn't apply to them. I'm an online business. I sell this product, and everybody buys all the time. And that's so not true. Every single business has its season, its slow season, and its busy season. Like right now, Amazon's pretty busy. It's got all the Christmas shoppers from online, all the online businesses that have to do with products that are great presents, serve this time of year. Most everyone. Good morning. Good morning. So many of you are jumping on. Thank you for being here. Happy Thursday for everyone. Good morning, Lori. It's great to see you. Brandon, it's so great to see you on. Karen, thanks for being here as well. So what happens when you understand how your business flows? Well, for products that are online, everybody is like, well, my product did make a great Christmas present. Everybody should buy it. We got to be really clear. There are busy seasons. So if you're publishing a book, there are great months to publish a book, and there are great months to release a movie every single year. Like we know when the movie schedule is. And even if your movie is super great, you know that you're going to launch at that time. And this is the movie time. And December is a big month for new movies, isn't it? It's like the Christmas rush, and Thanksgiving to Christmas, we release a movie. And in July, the slower time, Will Smith built his whole career on being Mr. July. He released a movie in July, Mr. July. He used July as his month, a slower month to release his to release his movie. And books have the same thing. You can write a really great book, but when are you releasing it and why are you releasing it? There are times that are better than others to release books, depending on the topic of your book. So I will tell you, fiction books and nonfiction books go really, really, really great in May and June. That's its heavy season. Why? Because everybody's going on vacation, and everybody's like, what book are you bringing for vacation? And some people bring 2 or 3, but mostly when you're sitting by the pool or wherever you are, you're reading your fiction book, your nonfiction book, and you're enjoying it. And so what happens is, a lot of people try to put their books out in May and June because they know that's the heavy season for book sales. And so what is the heavy season for your business? If you don't know what that is, then you may not be able to say, oh my God, I have a really great offer. And right now is a really great offer. So I will tell you, depending on what your online business is, e-commerce is not the best business to have in January and February. But how to do e-commerce is great because everybody's looking at their New Year's resolutions going, well, I need another business to come in, or I need a business, or I want to quit my job. I want to meet these changes. Hi, everybody. Good morning, Barb. How are you? I know you were up early with the puppies. Hey, Marie Jo, nice to see you. Happy Thursday to you. I'm so glad you're here. So what we're talking about today is timing. You have to understand the timing of your business, the timing of your launch. And just like A-list actors, they don't compete with each other. It's not like Tom Cruise decided he wanted to be Mr. July and compete with Will Smith. They let, here's his month. He releases that movie, Mr. July. Every month he's got the top grossing movie. And so when you want to have success, planning your launch for your business is equally as important. We get confused sometime and we're like, it's the new year, so I'm going to launch that new business. I'm going to be out there, and we make it a New Year's resolution. Let's stop the New Year's resolution thing. Let's have a strategy. When is the best time to launch this business? Where's my audience hanging out? Is everybody flooding the market and competing in January? Well, then it's ridiculous to go ahead and make your ad spend dollars not do well because you're competing with everybody else who's going to be launching in January because it's the new year and they're hoping to get a piece of that pie. What if you did something drastically different than everyone else and became Mr. or Mrs. July? What would happen then if you actually created and planned the strategies of when you're going to launch your business, when you're going to launch your program, when you're going to launch your strategy, essentially? And so for me, I have 3 businesses. And when the 3 businesses that I have all have products launching at the appropriate times. So I know when the best point to launch is, like if I'm going to let go of a new book, I'm going to try March or April. Why? Because in March or April, my book gets time to saturate. So it's there for May or June. And so if you're going to launch a new book and you're thinking Christmas time, you're competing with every other book being launched. So the whole point is when you create your plan, we don't necessarily create the plan based on the goals we set. We base it on the strategy and marketing plan that we put together so that we can have and find the best entry point. You're looking for the entry point, and entry point is timing. So I want to go back over here because you guys are talking really fast. Brandon says he used a slow season as a springboard to make money out of a slower season. Extremely intelligent way of selling himself. Yes, that's really it. He really did. And he brought a good picture. I mean, Will Smith was really, really deliberate about how he went ahead and made that summer special movie. Let's see. Set goals, but have steps to accomplish those goals. That's yes. Everyone, a strategy and steps to accomplish those goals. So a lot of people, they launch at the wrong time. And when they don't get the results they want, they're like, this isn't working. How come I can't do this? It's like, one of the hardest things to do is sell out of season. So whether that's selling an opportunity or selling a car, selling a house, even house sales have slow seasons. And that includes direct marketing things. They have slow seasons as well. If you're trying to grow this massive downline or something like that, you have a season for that as well. And if you're in the slow season, guess what? It's slow season. You have to know when your season is there. Now, slow season doesn't mean you can't sell something. It means that your sales are going to be a little slower than when it's hot. When it's hot, your sales are just, when you launch a new book and you launch that new book at the right time, you launch that new book in the right way, you're going to get massive sales. And if you're at a place where books don't sell as quickly as the other. Are you going to sell some books? Yeah, you'll sell some books, but not as many as you did over here. And the reason you want to have that in your mind is because when you sell those kinds of things, you have to understand that the sales can go up or down based on the season, based on the product, based on a lot of things. That what you want to be able to do is be able to take a look at your systems online and know when to launch something. Thank you, Smart Group Firm Consulting. I know who you are up there. I'm going to go read over here. New Year's Day is not necessarily the best time to begin anything new. Resolution. There is too much pressure. Pick another day. Thank you. And I think that was Barb who must have said that, or Karen. That was really smart. Thank you. Brandon says, research. As far as a plan is essential. Yes, that is so true. Truth. I begin the middle of January, create the plan and springboard before you launch. That's right. Marie Jo says, market research is fundamental. That's right. Timing in your market research. When you're doing the market research, it isn't just about, where they hang out, what they read, what they eat. What you're getting to the point is, what's the fundamental time these people take action? Like football season is football season. Can you sell a jersey in the summertime during baseball season? Sure, but you're more likely to with a winning team during the season. That's just the busy season of it. That part of the market research is fundamental. And for some reason, people get online and they think that doesn't apply to them, that there isn't a season or there isn't a place to market. It always applies. That strategy always applies. And so what happens is when you start your online business, the launch for that business, the season for that business, the season to maximize the success out of the gate has to be leveraged. You have to really look at that and say, what's the best time to get it out of the gate? Brandon says, case in point, you wouldn't try to sell produce out of season because it's extremely difficult to make sales. Yet, that's so true. Yet, anytime in December that you can find a watermelon and it's a good one, I think you should get it. But, it's really true. It's like selling produce out of season. We don't find a lot of peaches in January. So Karen said, absolutely. And Smart Life Club agrees. The point being is sometimes the innovations we have, we think wipe out fundamental, traditional, basic business. And sometimes that's true. Sometimes we do not need to follow fundamental patterns. And sometimes you do, depending on what you're doing. So it's like there's a season for everything. They don't advertise a lot of cold and flu medicine in the summer, do they? They know the season to advertise for cold and flu medicine and flu shots. And so what happens when you do that is all the remedies for cold and flu season come out just before the beginning of the cold and flu season. So if you have an education project, you have to know something that's very interesting. There is a time now online where education products are released and they maximize it. And I'm going to give you a hint here too. I'm going to share my strategy with you right now. I'm going to be transparent and give you guys the answer. When the kids go back to school in September, October are great months to launch educational products online, information products online. Depending on the information products, the new year is really great. And then when tax season becomes the season, which to me is at the end of January, because the end of January, everybody has gotten their reports back from wherever they're working and wherever they've done business, so that they can go ahead and start getting tax advice. I think you should have had tax advice a year before, but for those of you who are getting tax examples and things like that during the tax season, anything financial starts heading up. People will be like, did you maximize your Roth IRA? Did you do whatever you needed to do to have this tax write-off or this tax write-off? Those things happen at that time. And so there are seasons. that you can promote. And then there are loopholes like Will Smith did, and he releases that movie in July, and he becomes Mr. July when he releases that movie. And he does that, so that's his slot. And most people don't give that stuff away at all. You keep your slot private and everybody knows. And they're like, how's he doing this? And the timing of everything is so important. The timing of your message is important. If your timing is yesterday's conversation, no matter how many times you launch it over here, it's still yesterday's conversation. What it is when you go ahead and you get new conversation and you launch a new idea, a new product, a new thing, that's important. That date, that strategy is super important. Brandon says you wouldn't move to a city town without having a place to live. It takes time, planning, and extreme effort. Yes, it does. That's a good analogy. You really want to make sure that you find the place to live and do the work you need to do. It is okay to be different, said Karen, but be smart to be profitable. That's really true. Be smart to be profitable. I have that more than one way in my heart. Thank you. Brandon, I've heard about location. Well, in this case, it's strategy. Yes, that's right. There's the quote for the cup today. But yes, it's location. And the next equation is timing. And timing is part of your strategy. And you know what? I'm going to end that today. That Brandon's note is where this conversation is going to stop, because I think that is the perfect note. Remember, whatever business you have, whatever book you're writing, I know that the goal inside you, when you complete it, you're so excited. And you're like, oh my God, I did this. I can't wait to share it with the public. I can't wait to get it out there. I can't wait to do this. Make sure that you've studied your location, your timing, and your strategy. That is a fundamental foundation of success. And you know what? I hope you guys have a great holiday. I want to let you know one more thing. On the 23rd, that's going to be the last show of this season. And then we're going into season 3. Can you believe it? Season 3. And that'll start January 2nd, 2020. So we have from now until the 23rd. So it's 20th, 21, 22, 23. We have 4 more episodes. And then it'll be the holiday season. And I'll see you at the beginning of the year. Tomorrow, it's going to be at 9 o'clock on the West Coast, 10 o'clock Midtown, and it'll be 12 noon on the East Coast. Mwah! Peace out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.